Hi everybody! I hope you guys are having an awesome weekend. It is Sunday and we are going to make this lemon cake, you guys. So what is special about this cake is it is going to be dairy-free and gluten-free. So this is something I have not done before. I have never baked intentionally gluten-free and dairy-free. So this will definitely be something new for me to try. So it is Sunday. We're going to make this lemon cake. It also says on the recipe that it is a low FODMAP. So I'm sure unless you struggle with that, you have no idea what that acronym stands for, but it's for people with like irritable bowel syndrome and things like that. So the recipe, the person that wrote this recipe says that it is something that is less likely to agitate that condition, and that as long as you just eat one slice, it is safe for you to eat and it won't further irritate your bowels. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I tried to Google it and understand it the best I could of what the low FODMAP meant. So that is what I got the gist of it as far as this lemon cake goes. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, and good for irritable bowels. So I'm just going to share this post to my personal Facebook page and some cooking pages, and then we will get started. If you guys want to share the video as well, that would be awesome. Try to avoid watch groups because then I can't talk to the people inside of the group, and if we have our 40 live views that stay there for longer than 5 minutes, they can't get entered into the giveaway. So it's kind of a bummer if they are inside of the watch group and I can't talk to them. So if you share, just share to your personal page. If you want to share to groups, that would be awesome. Just make sure you share it to mommy groups or groups that you're familiar with or you understand or know the people that are in the group. Lacey, well, there will be enough of it, I'm sure, to come and have some. So I will save you a piece, Lacey. I am seeing a lot of people are watching, but I'm not seeing a lot of comments come through. So I hope my comments are working. Other than Lacey's, let me see. I'm just gonna look, you guys, and see. Make sure everything is working on my phone end. All right, we should be good to go. How is everybody's Sunday? Hello, Jaslyn. How are you? Kingston, buddy, can you go play in the living room, please? Thank you. He's so excited. Daddy just said, let's go play. So he is going to go play with Daddy. Yes, Christy, if I could, I would definitely send you some. Maybe I will make you some and send you a whole loaf to yourself. So the recipe calls, sorry guys, I'm fighting a cold. So my husband brought me some tea that they make at Starbucks that is to die for. And it's like 2 different types of tea and lemonade and honey. And it's really, really good for your throat. So I caught what my kids have. So it's only a matter of time before my husband catches it.
No.
So my oven is preheated to 350. Hello, everybody. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to wash my hands really fast. Bryson and Kingston, please go into the living room and play with Daddy. I don't want to lose my voice, so I'm going to send the kids out to play with Daddy, so hopefully I don't have to talk over the top of them. So my hands are washed up. My oven is preheated to 350, and if you're just now joining this, you guys, this is going to be a gluten-free, dairy-free lemon cake. To my best of my knowledge, the low FODMAP is for people with irritable bowel or symptoms like that certain foods agitate them more than others, and this is supposed to be something that is low, and so it doesn't have a higher chance of irritating a condition like that. So hopefully this lemon cake is the best of all the worlds. It's supposed to taste amazing, but also be good for you guys as far as the gluten and the milk goes. So we are going to do our best, you guys. Today I'm going to be using gluten-free Pillsbury. Oop, I didn't flip my camera. Hold on. I'm going to be using gluten-free. Low connection. I hope we are not fighting with this today like we were the other day. I'm hoping that the connection is staying okay, you guys. We have hit our first goal, so let's keep it going. You guys, 40 live views that stay there for longer than 5 minutes. If we have 80 live views that stay there for longer than 5 minutes, we'll do 2 giveaways inside of this video, guys. So let's get started. I have our recipe up. This is my first time making this, so bear with me as I read through these directions. I want to get it perfectly right so that if it's a fail, it's because it just doesn't taste good and not because I missed a step as far as the gluten-free and the milk and stuff goes. So it also says that we're going to be using lactose-free butter or margarine. So I did go and get some almond oil butter is what I picked. It looked awesome. It looked cool. And with the almond oil in there, something new that I've not tried before. So this is a dairy-free butter. Country Crock makes a couple of different kinds. If you have a kind that you like, feel free to share it with me and I will definitely try it out. Hello, Taylor, Sharon, Sarah. Hello, everybody. So our oven is preheated to 350 and we are going to get started on this cake. So the instructions say to grease and line a 12-inch loaf pan. I don't have a 12-inch loaf pan, and the thought of that is huge. So I only have a 9-inch. So we're going to have to probably not use all of our batter that we make, but I just have to kind of do with what I have available, and I always use this pan and not a 12-inch, so hopefully it works out, you guys. So I'm just going to spray the bottom and around on the sides, and then I just cut out a little piece of parchment paper to lay on the bottom to help that loaf kind of loosen up. It's a brand new pan, super non-stick, so I have a lot of faith that it's going to come out of this pan just fine. So I'm not going to go crazy on the parchment paper. I think it'll be good, just the bottom of it like this. Thank you, Heather, for sharing. So we have our pan prepared, you guys. 12 inch is what the recipe calls for. So if you have the ability or if you have a 12-inch pan, that's what you're supposed to be using. I'm only using a 9-inch pan, so we will probably use a little less of the batter so that we don't boil over into my oven. If you guys are new here, hi, I'm Riley. I'm Mom Feeling Hungry Boys. I'm not a professional. I've never gone to school for cooking, so bear with me. This is my kitchen, and it's kind of is what it is. I don't pretend to be something that I'm not. I go with the flow. A lot of these recipes I've never made before, and I do spill stuff, I make mistakes, and we kind of just have fun. So if you're down with that, you can stick around, hang out with us. If we have 80 or 40 live views that stay there for longer than 5 minutes, I do a giveaway at the end of my show. So stick around, hang out with me. If that's not what you're about, and if you hate messy people and you don't like dogs in a kitchen and you don't like somebody that doesn't wear gloves or wash their hands constantly, then this isn't the show for you, and I'm sorry. But this is me, and I don't want to pretend to be something that I'm not. I never make anything ahead of time because I don't want 2 lemon cakes. I don't want 2 dinners, 2 desserts. I have zero desire to have even more leftover food in my kitchen. So you do have to go through these steps by step with me. I don't cut corners. I don't skip anything. And yeah, so my goal is that eventually you guys will find a recipe that you really, really like. I always post the recipe ahead of time so you guys can get the ingredients, and then you guys can cook with me. Get in your kitchen, set your phone up, and we will go through these steps step by step together. I go slow enough so that you guys at home can follow along and also ask questions if something happens. So let's get started, you guys. Oven is at 350. We have lined our baking pan with parchment paper and spray. Now, this recipe cracks me up. It literally says put all the ingredients except for the stuff you need for your topping in a bowl and mix it together until it's well blended. So it makes me laugh that it says that. Thanks, T. You're the best. What makes me laugh about that is, like, in the 4 years that I've taught myself how to bake, you always know that you're supposed to, put your butter and your sugar and cream it together and have all your wet liquids and get them all mixed in and then mix all your dry liquids and then add them together. So the fact that this recipe is just throw it all in together, it kind of makes me laugh. So it just shows that it shouldn't be too hard of a recipe to make. You guys know how excited I am about this attachment I have on my KitchenAid. I've only gotten to use it one other time. I'm really excited that this recipe allows me to use it again because a lot of the measurements for this recipe have weights to them. So that means I get to weigh out my flour and my sugar, and I get to sift it and put it into my bowl. So we are going to start out doing exactly like I said, we are gonna take our non-dairy butter and put it into our pan. You need a cup, which is 2 sticks of a non-dairy butter or margarine, you guys. I am using Country Crock is the name of the brand name that I am gonna be using. And this one is made with almond oil. And it looks super creamy, super luscious, you guys. I don't think we will be sacrificing any kind of flavor or texture by doing this gluten-free, dairy-free cake. If any of you guys know the Starbucks lemon cake that they have, it is to die for. It is so perfectly tart and sweet at the same time, and it's always very M word. I know a couple of you guys don't like that word, so I try not to use it, but it really does describe that cake from Starbucks. It is delicious. It's a very nice, dense pound cake, but it is expensive, like some of the people have pointed out on my page. So if we can somehow nail this recipe and it is as good as Starbucks, I will let you guys know so that you guys can save some cash on Starbucks desserts. All right, so we have a cup of our dairy-free margarine. You guys, again, like I said, I'm using this Country Crock. All right, they have a ton of different kinds. Country Crock does, so if you don't like almond or you have an allergy to it, they have several different oils that they use for their dairy-free butter. Rebecca, you guys, I'm so excited for this cake. It's gonna be so good. I'm super excited for it. So we have our cup of butter in there. Now it calls for a cup and 2 tablespoons of white sugar. So this is where this handy dandy scale comes in, you guys. This is attached to my mixer. It has been plugged in there and it has a scale on it. So 225 grams of sugar. So I am just gonna dump this nice and evenly. So 225. So instead of measuring out the cup and the 2 tablespoons, which is kind of a funky measurement to start with, I just, right here, 225 grams is what it calls for. You just pull this little chute down so that it's pointed into my bowl, and I can even turn my mixer on, and what it does is it has a sifter in there, and when you turn it on, it sifts this sugar down into our dessert. So I'm just going to leave this open. So there's a little crank right here, a little button that you open that slides it down, and it allows it to be sifted out into the bowl. So my butter, my dairy-free butter is room temperature so that it mixes with your sugar easier. All right, so I want to show you guys. If you guys can see inside of here, you can see why I do like sifting things when it comes to cake and stuff like that. Do you guys see all those granules that are in there? Those are pieces of sugar that just aren't as soft as they should be. They kind of look like they have gathered a little bit of moisture, and that will make for a not as soft and tender cake as we would like. So I'm gonna take that, and I am not gonna use that sugar that has clustered up in there. All right, and what's cool, that just pops right out. You guys, this thing is the coolest. It allows you to be able to clean every part of it and snap it right back together. Super, super easy. Hello, Elaine, how are you? So we have our butter. Sounds kind of funny with that sifter in there. But, so we have our butter and our sugar creamed together like that. All right, and then the next ingredients we are gonna do, let's add 4 eggs. So just 4. If you want any kind of specific egg you can use. If you have farm fresh eggs or anything like that, I would highly encourage you to use it on this recipe to kind of keep with the tone of how this recipe is gonna go. I always crack my eggs into a separate container before adding it into my mixture because there is nothing worse than trying to search and find eggshells inside of a dish that you have already added a lot of ingredients to, because there is nothing worse than having to scratch it and start over because of the amount of eggshell that's in there, because accidents do happen. I'm not a pro at cracking eggs by any means, so shells do happen. So I just cracked them into a measuring cup. I have cracked them into a measuring cup, just 4 eggs, you guys. And I'm gonna just dump them into my mixture. I'm gonna just pull this off really quick so that I can mix this without that crazy sifter noise going on. And then we need 4 tablespoons of lactose-free milk. So I am just using lactate. It's a company that I'm familiar with. 2% milk, you guys, is what you want. 100% lactose-free. So we want 4 tablespoons as I spill it perfectly onto the napkin in front of me. All right, so our eggs are in there and our milk. If you've ever tried Lactaid, you guys, it is really good. If you are lactose intolerant, it is a brand that I do recommend because you can really hardly tell that there is any difference in that milk. Good afternoon, you guys. How is it going? We are making this lemon cake today. Dairy-free, gluten-free. All right. So we have our eggs and our milk in there. I'm gonna pop that back into the fridge. All right, and then let's add our dry ingredients. So I'm gonna just lift this back up, you guys. This snaps on so easy and simple. Just back onto my mixer, no problem. Feel like everyone's kind of quiet today. Is everybody just sitting and watching? Or maybe somebody is trying to bake with me and they don't have the hands to talk. All right, so we just pop that back on there. We close this little chute. And then we are going to add our 2 cups of gluten-free flour, which equates to 275 grams of flour. So I have my scale. I have to zero it out. All right, 275. So what I like about this is you just dump. There's no use in getting a measuring cup dirty or anything like that. You just kind of dump as slow and steady as you can until you hit 275 grams. Perfect. 275 on the dot, you guys. So because it is flour, I'm going to put the lid on this time. Crystal, I'm making gluten-free, dairy-free lemon cake. The person that made this recipe described it like the Starbucks cake. So if you've ever had the Starbucks lemon cake, this is supposed to be just as good. So we're adding our 2 cups of gluten-free flour. You guys see it drops in and it comes down the chute all sifted and beautiful. Just give it a couple of taps, get that powder loosened up and getting it dropped down into your recipe. While that is going, we also want to add, if I can find it, our baking powder. We need 4 teaspoons of baking powder. So I'm going to zero this out. 4 teaspoons is 16 grams. Just a little at a time, you guys. There we go. Oh, I bumped it, so I thought it had more than it did. All right, so there we go. 2 or 4 teaspoons of that baking powder. Just into here, I just lift this chute up again, give it a couple taps, and it'll get sifting into here. Sarah, please do try it. I will let you guys know how it is. I don't think you could go wrong with this lemon, especially if any of you have had that Starbucks cake before. You guys know how good it can be. All right, so we have that all mixed in there. I'm gonna pull this out, turn it off. I think we've got most everything out of there. Just set it like that. So the only thing we have left, you guys, we have our dairy-free butter, our white sugar, our gluten-free flour, baking powder, 4 eggs, 4 tablespoons of lactose-free milk. Then we need the grated rind of 1 lemon. And and a 12-inch pan. So I don't have a good Dorinda. The recipe should be in this video. So if you click on my face, the description should pop up, and there is the recipe right there for you guys. I don't hold out on you. It is also posted on my page. Dorinda, it is on my page from a couple of days ago. I posted it as well. And then I will also add it to my website tonight along with the recipes from the rest of the week. So I am just going to rinse off my lemon since we are going to use the rind. The rind of our lemon. So I rinsed it off, and I don't have a very good... what are they even called? One of those little zesters or whatever they're called. So we're going to do our best with our little grater that I have right here. Yes, you are welcome. Hope you find it there. So you're going to just kind of rotate around your lemon, getting just the rind off, you guys. So you just want the outer shell. You don't want to go too deep because then it gets very, very bitter, and it's not what we are looking for in our recipe. You just want this fresh rind flavor. So we are gonna just zest it up, get all of this off. It says for you want to use the whole lemon. And then we are going to actually, this lemon will not go to waste because we are actually going to use the juice from this lemon for our frosting or our glaze that we put on. So just nice and carefully, you guys, if you see, you just want this colored part off. Once you get light like this, just stop and move on to another part of the lemon because that is what we are looking for. That is the flavor that we want, is that zest right there on the outside. You can already smell the nice citrusy that's coming off of it. Just kind of working my way around my lemon to get the parts that I need. Like I said, if you guys are new here, welcome. You get to watch me do tedious things like this all the time. Usually if there is a quick way to do something, I will find it, as far as using my food processor to save you guys time, because I am not the best with my knife, but it is what it is. I try to make it so that you guys have time to follow along with me, ask questions, hang out. The best part that I love about this is the friendships that I am gaining. So that is what is most important to me, is you guys hanging out with me and spending some time in the kitchen. Microplane. One of those little graters came with your prize. Really, Crystal? That's awesome. I have actually gone a long time without one of these, and then I recently was walking through Target, I think, and I was like, oh my god, I don't have one, and it's been way too long. I need to get one, and I am so glad I did for this recipe. So we have that. We're just going to stick that in there and mix it up. I would say it was probably about a tablespoon of rind from my lemon. I love the zesters I've gotten at Bed Bath & Beyond. I love Bed Bath & Beyond. I wish we had one close by. It's just not the same shopping online, but... So I'm just going to scrape down the sides of my bowl. Get that lemon zest in there. Just scrape these down. Make sure we've got all into the bottom. You don't want any clumps in there that take you by surprise. All right. Give it one more good mix. My KitchenAid gadget just decided to fall over on me. All right, so let's just double check that we have everything. We've got our butter, dairy-free butter, our white sugar, our gluten-free flour, our baking powder, 4 eggs, 4 tablespoons of lactose-free milk, the grated rind of 1 lemon. She's pretty cleaned up. And then a 12-inch measured at the top baking pan. Like I told you guys, I only have a 9-inch one. So I'm just going to kind of do my best to eyeball it. I don't want to overwhelm my loaf pan so that it doesn't kind of puff up and move and destroy my oven, because you guys saw me the other day, my fire alarm went off and we don't want a repeat of that, okay? Bunch of lemons on my tree I need to use. I was thinking of lemon meringue pie. Yum! You guys, my grandma has a lemon tree at her house, and so what we do every year is we take them all down and we take the rinds off. Oops, of course. Take the rinds off and we juice them and zest them, and then we freeze pouches of the juice, and then I use them for different recipes, which I love. I love doing that with my grandma, and we recently got to let my son join and help us juice and wash the lemons up and stuff like that. It's always a fun memory. I wish North Dakota allowed to have plants that thrive year-round, but we are not that lucky. You guys, this smells so good, so refreshing, so lemony, delicious. Grew it from a seed and kept it in a greenhouse for the winter. That's awesome, you guys. I would love that. My husband wants us to do raspberry bushes. He talks about it every year, talks about getting raspberry bushes. So this batter, you guys, is light and fluffy. It smells delicious, nice and lemony. We will see how much it puffs up in our pan. So I'm just going to kind of even it out right now to get a little bit of a feel for how much more I can put in to not stress this smaller pan, since my recipe does call for a 12-inch and I don't want to overwhelm this pan. I could have done maybe 2 baby loaves. I didn't even think about that. But then I'd have to figure out how long to bake it. And until I've done this for the first time, then maybe I can make mini loaves the next time. But until I'm comfortable with it, we're just going to do our best to make this work. Hopefully, we'll be okay, you guys. It doesn't look too full, and that was all the batter. So, I am just going to have to keep a really good eye on it in the oven to make sure it doesn't get too poofed up and big. It also says in the recipe, if you're baking it and the top starts to get a little too brown for your liking, you can pull it out, cover it with some tin foil, and let it bake for the rest of the time. The recipe also does warn you what I warn almost every time I'm cooking. Like my oven cooks a little bit faster, so the time that it recommends is 55 to 60 minutes to bake, but they say check at 45 because some ovens do bake it faster than that, and my oven will be no different, that's for sure. Hello, Darlene. All right, you guys, so I'm going to pop this in the oven. It's at 350. Always open your oven and let the heat escape before you bend down to put your dessert in. I don't want anybody to burn their faces today or melt your hair. So I'm going to kind of just clean these edges up. I don't want that to brown on there. Put it in the middle rack, you guys, in the middle of the shelf, and set your timer for 45 minutes. Checking on it as often as you want to make sure that that top isn't getting too brown for you. All right. And I also included the recipe for the icing. So what we might do is we'll do our giveaway right now. And then we, if we're far enough in the baking process, we can make our icing as well to go on top of our cake. So I'm just going to put a couple things away, and then we will do our giveaway. You guys earned it for hanging out for longer than 5 minutes today. We did hit 80 at one point, but they did disappear Didn't stick around long enough, but we will get there, you guys. So get my hands washed up. I am in North Dakota, you guys. Minot, North Dakota. Little outside of Minot, it's actually called Lax. Small town. We do not even have a gas station here. So we are really small outside of Minot, North Dakota. Minot, North Dakota has an Air Force base. So if you are familiar with any of the Air Force bases, we are one of them. All right. We will get this giveaway going, you guys. Always wanted to travel to North Dakota. Sharon, you are welcome anytime. I would say come in the summer and come during the fair if you really want to have fun and hang out and enjoy some really yummy food. The fair is awesome. That's when my friend came for the first time to Minot, and she came during the fair, and she definitely did not regret it. So that was awesome. I was glad she came that day. So we are going to do our giveaway. If you are new here, come in the winter. It's magical, but dress warm. Come before January. Then it's magical. Anytime after January, and then it's just crazy and cold and not fun at all. All right, you guys. So my throat is killing me, but we are going to keep on keeping on. You have nephew and his family lives there. How awesome. I am not wearing red leather pants. Does it look like it? They're pink, and they have some shiny flower powder pattern on them, and they're just leggings. They're Fabletic leggings. Kingston said that he really loved them. My 4-year-old said he really loved my pants. Thank you, my cute little puppy. I don't know where he went, but yes, he is there and hanging out. So, T, Alice, Corey, Jody, L. So I do put your first name and last initial. Kimberly H, Sherry B, Lynn L, Heather F, Marissa D, Anna S, Jaden S, Becky G, Rebecca L, Sarah H, Bridget S. Sorry, you guys are looking at the top of my head, but I have my iPad down here, and it's a little bit easier to type the names in like that. My son asked for a whole lemon though for his birthday cake from Starbucks. Sandra, you said that. Did you actually ask them to see how much it cost? I'm sure it was just some crazy amount for a whole lemon cake from Starbucks. Sandra F, Sharon L, Kitty K, Tanyan S. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. If you want to correct me, I would appreciate it, and just type your name out phonetically, and I will try to learn it the best I can. I love their leggings too, T. I absolutely love their leggings. I have a ton of them, and I had a membership with them or whatever, and I had to cancel it because I was buying way too many, and I don't even work out, so it was like for around the house. All right, Billy H, Crystal M, Betty K, Janice A, Rosemary F, Elaine R. All right, T. Well, if you say so, but still. All right, Elaine R, Darlene G. And if any of your names are spelled incorrectly, and I apologize for that, my computer does autocorrect as well. You think there's 2 Sarah H's in here, Sarah? So I'll put Sarah Beth for you. How about that? So that we don't double up. Dorinda R, my dad, Amber, hello. How are you? Sandra, Fomer. Amber, did you get your giveaway prize? Let me know. No, they come in per slices. They wouldn't even sell it to you in the loaf? That sounds kind of janky. Charlene, Spaldal, I finally learned your last name. Tony Ann. Tony Ann. All right, thank you phonetically for that, Tony Ann. I appreciate it. Jody, Starbucks is my absolute favorite. I don't get Starbucks where I'm from. I have to drive to Grand Forks. Jody, where do you live? Where do you live that you do not get Starbucks? Ours isn't in our town either. We get it from Minot. My husband went to town to grab some groceries for me, and he also got me this cold buster, I don't know what it's called, from Starbucks. And it's super, super good, you guys. Rosemary F, I've got you. Barbara B, I've got you as well. I do get a workout with my boys. They are exhausting, but I love it. A little less of a workout in the winter time. We don't get to go out and run around, but they still are crazy and wild. Carol, Evalo, if you are ever commenting your name and I am not saying it, you guys, try an emoji with it, and it may come through better, and it won't filter out as bad. So just let me know if you keep commenting your name and it doesn't go through, then just say something wild and off the wall and your name will probably pop in. Usually once people type and say they complain, then their comment actually comes through. Amber, not yet, but you are waiting and excited. Okay, I will check on the tracking for it, Amber, because I'm thinking probably tomorrow, if it hasn't come yet. Lemon cake from Starbucks is super, super good. I'm in Pembina, 2 miles from Canada. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of it, but you're in North Dakota, right? Just right below Canada. Are you drinking a medicine ball? I'm assuming, Sandra, I know there's a couple different names for it, but it's like the 2 teas, the lemonade, the honey, all put into one drink. So I want to say that's what it is. But I ordered it off the app, and off the app it just says like honey citrus something tea, I think. But I want to say it's the same thing. Carly T. All right, you guys, we're going to go through, and I'm going to read the names I have. If I still don't say your name, comment it again with an emoji, and we will get you into this giveaway. So we have Jody H, Alice C, Jody L, Kimberly H, Sherry B, Lynn L, Heather F, Marissa D, Anna S, Jaden S, Becky G, Rebecca L, Sarah H, Bridget S, Jamie W, Sandra F, Sharon L, Kitty K, Tony Ann S, Billy H, Crystal M, Betty K, Janice A, Rosemary F, Elaine R, Darlene G, Sarah Beth, Dorinda R, Dean R, Sandra F, Charlene F, Jody L, Barbara B, Carol E, and Carly T. Sandra, did I say your name twice? I did, Sandra. I did say your name twice. So I'll fix that. 4 times usually the charm. Poor Tracy. Tracy, I've got you now, girl. I've got you. Tracy, pick a number between 1 and 10. You guys, we did hit that 80 views, but they only were there for a split second. So we are getting closer, you guys. Sandra, I did fix that. Thank you. So you grew up in North Dakota, Sharon. I actually grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada, believe it or not. So North Dakota is home now, but it wasn't growing up. I lived there for 18 years in Las Vegas, and then I moved up here. And then met my husband, and I don't think we'll ever leave, but we might. Colorado or Arizona or Texas or somewhere warmer than here. I love North Dakota, and I love the people, you guys, but these winters get really, really hard with kids. Really hard. It's hard getting cooped up for months and months at a time. So we travel a lot, but that also gets expensive. So it would be nice to just live somewhere warm and enjoy it. But Tracy, if you comment a number, comment it a few times so that I don't miss it. Yeah, Evelyn, you have to come with me because you're my hairdresser, and I don't think I could find anybody else. So wherever I go, you have to go. Sharon, you're in Las Vegas right now. I will be in Vegas in April for my 10-year high school reunion. Yes, Texas has been talked about because my dad lives there, but he is looking around for new jobs maybe. He always is. Who am I kidding? But we'll see if he gets somewhere else. Crystal, I say Arizona too. Angela, I will get you in here. Angela B. I say Arizona too because we could live in like Phoenix or Scottsdale and drive up to Flagstaff like my husband wants to and be near the cold and snowboard and stuff like that. So it would be the best of both worlds, and I would have a lot of family really close, which is important to me because right now I only have my brother that's close by and he works constantly, so he's not really here. So it would be nice to be closer to family. 7, Tracy, thank you. You grew up in New Mexico. I don't think I've ever been in New Mexico except for maybe driving through it. Texas and first round on me. T, you got it, girl. I will let you know the next time I go to Texas, and maybe we will be somewhere close by. My dad lives in Midland, Odessa right now. I don't know how close that is to you, but all right, so 7, he is in Odessa, Midland. Sharon E, let's double check to see if you are in here. Sharon E, I have Sharon L, but let's get Sharon, 1R, Sharon E. Sharon E, I've got you. 5 years, all kids will be gone, and I'm out of here. That's what I'm saying, Crystal. That is what I am saying. All right, so once I pull your name, I do remove it from the drawing so that you do not get pulled again, so that the odds stay in other people's favor. We are going for number 7 today, you guys. Number 1, Betty. Number 2, Sharon E. Number 3, Jamie W. Number 4, Jaden S. Number 5. Sorry, guys. Anna S. Number 6, Kitty K. And number 7, drum roll, Sandra F. Sandra F, you are our winner chicken dinner. Message my page your shipping information and I will get you something for a giveaway. Send me your shipping information to my Mom Fueling Hungry Boys page and I will get something sent off to you. I make all of my purchases through Amazon Smiles, and what that does is it's regular Amazon, but it's partnered with organizations. I have picked the Alzheimer's Association. I've had 32 orders of mine that have supported the charity of my choice. So anytime I buy stuff for you, a portion of that goes back to the Alzheimer's Association. So I do give back in the best ways that I can. We are waiting for this cake. We've got about 30 minutes left. I am just going to go over this really quick with you guys for those of you that want to hear it. During these orders, I do also work with Amazon, and they provide links for me for items through Amazon, and if you purchase through my link, a portion of it comes back to me, a very small portion of it. So if there's ever a kitchen tool that I'm using that you would like the link on Amazon for, during my video, just ask me for it and I will make a note and I will post it after the show. Also on my website, if you go to a specific recipe that you know had a tool in it that you wanted to buy, I also put the link on my website as well. And I have finally, other than the recipes from the last week, have updated my Pinterest. So if you are a Pinterest person, I do have all of my recipes available to be pinned, so that you can pin them for later and find them easily, and there will be a PDF format and a video there for you. So if you love Pinterest, check that out. I will post all that information on this today so you guys can see it, and it is available to you. We've got about 30 minutes left on our cake. We will take a little peek and then I will let you guys go. Can you post the link to follow you on Amazon? Sorry I'm late. Good day for being frigid cold in Ohio. All right, you guys, look at that lemon cake. Delicious, you guys. It looks beautiful so far. If it does start to get too brown for you, do take it out and put some tin foil over the top of the cake and bake it. They said this cake does have a tendency to bake faster than it should, so just keep an eye on it. 55 minutes to an hour, but they said to check it at 45 to make sure that you have not over baked it. All right, so I will get all those links posted for you guys, and I hope to see you tomorrow. we are making the most delicious looking, oh Sherry, it smells so fresh and delicious in this kitchen right now. Tomorrow we are making the most delicious looking cheesy scalloped zucchini. So it is, you guys know me, cheesy and creamy, but it is a healthier alternative to potatoes. I noticed a lot of my side dishes are potatoes these days, so I'm gonna switch it up, and we are gonna do some zucchini. Sorry for all the little kid fingerprints on my iPad. You guys, doesn't that look so good? There is some summer squash in there too, but obviously it is not the season right now for summer squash, so ours will just be zucchini. I did buy another squash, and I'm gonna do some Googling to see if it is okay to put with zucchini or if its flavor is off. I don't remember what it was. But that is tomorrow night. And then Thursday, you guys go get your votes in for Thursday's dinner. It is on my page. It is pinned to the top so that you guys can put your vote in for what we're going to make Thursday for dinner. We can either do crock pot broccoli cheddar soup, or we can do a green chili fiesta chicken bake dish. So let me know, you guys. I will post a video of, or a picture of this lemon cake. Once it's all cooled down, I will make the little frosting, you guys. It's just lemon juice, powdered sugar, and something else. Lemon juice, powdered sugar, and you can either use lactose-free butter or margarine, or just regular butter for your frosting, depending on if you are dairy-free or not. So have an awesome rest of your day, you guys. So the icing is just powdered sugar, lemon, and butter mixed up, you guys, and glaze over the top of your cake once it has cooled. Make sure it's cool because you don't want it to run off the sides. Once you have frosted it, then put it in your fridge to have that frosting set, and then it is ready to go. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do make it, I will let you guys know if it is as good as Starbucks. So have an awesome day. Congratulations to our giveaway winner, and hang out with me Monday for more giveaways. Bye.